Good morning to you. Welcome to the Camnet Breakfast. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji. And yes, of course, I'm not alone on set. I'm with the award-winning journalist, Patrick Soko. Good morning.
Good morning, Precious.
It's nice when I do that, Dad.
Exactly.
No one who does that, huh?
Yeah.
Hope Sharon or Miriam or Prudence or Blessings or even Alex, even Zipporah don't copy my style.
But you've been given a special place of #1 fan. So
yeah,
it is just automatic that you have to do that.
I need a badge, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Interesting.
How have you been?
I've been okay. How has been your week through and through?
My week has been amazing. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because all my siblings are coming to my house.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be a mother for the weekend.
Interesting.
So I'm looking forward to that. My week has been good so far. I can't complain. Yeah, so we thank God that we've made it this far.
Yeah, that's good. Well, just pretty hectic because we've been moving up and down as well, looking for news here and there. But all the way, we enjoy what we do, so it's just been a flexy one.
You've been flexing.
Yes,
chilling.
Exactly. Just
what do we have today?
Well, we have interesting interviews as usual. We're going to be talking to Digital Spark on issues pertaining to young people and the digital space. We're also going to have Dr. Chiswa Valika, who's going to help us unpack the aspect of cancer on Camnet Health Talk, so that we get to understand. If you have questions, that's the time you can ask the doctor to clarify certain things that you feel may have not been clear to you, especially when she was presenting them during the week. So we are going to ensure that Dr. Valika responds to those concerns. We're also going to zoom in some stories that are trending in the main news that we had yesterday. So we're going to also look at how our currency is performing. Just a full packed breakfast as usual. Yeah.
Okay, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, remember that if you would like to be part of the show, all you're doing is get into our Facebook page, or maybe you can call us live here on set on 0968675273. Right up and now, let's get into our first segment of the day, which is Morning Boost. We'll join you on the other side. Good morning.
Welcome. I started with a warm-up before I stepped in here. And let's do it now. 5 minutes workout. Make sure that your partner joins in, your children that comes in. And let's do something today now. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to start with the hands now. Shoulder press. Let's go. I'm going to do 40. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many? 30. 1, 2, 3, go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Great workout. I'm already feeling this. So let's go. I'm dealing with the hands. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Next 10, I'm going to bring the hands to the front now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we've done 60 for the hands. Let's go now. Remember last time I was here, we were running, we were jumping. So today we're going to do it differently now. Here we go. There you go. Stay at that. Just stretch your legs. Good for you in the morning. Let's go. Stretch. There you go. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Stay at it. Keep doing it. You feel like your legs are becoming heavy? It's part of the workout. Let's go. Awesome stuff. You're doing well. Keep pushing. Don't lean on anything unless you can't really stand the intensity of the workout. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. All right. Awesome stuff. Okay, I'm going to give you something now. Remember, you need to do this every morning before you leave. Okay. Basic push-ups. That's what you're going to do now. Lock your legs, kneel down, and come down here. Let's go. 1. 10. Let's go. 20. I'm gonna give you a 5-second break, but it's within my time. Take a break. You can do 5 minutes, seconds. You can do 10. So 20 more. We do 40. Let's go, Team Camnet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Then you take your 10-second break, but I'm not going to take that long break. Okay. Last 10. Then I've given you 40 push-ups. Anybody can do this. You kneel. Let's go. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great stuff. All right. Thank you so much. And that's it for today. I'm going to see you again next time at the same time. Make sure that you do this every morning before you go for your duties. Thank you. I sign out. Machisa Isaac is my name.
Well, welcome back. Hope you've managed to actually exercise. Like I always mention after the morning boost, that you don't have to wait for Saturday for you to work out, or you don't have to wait for soccer during the week just to wake up for 5 minutes. When you have time later after work, it depends on what day is, what time is okay for you to exercise. Others do it before work, others do it after work, like later in the evenings. But the best is in the morning, because then you have the fresh air. It has not yet been polluted by all these companies that will usually open around 8. So find time to exercise, stretch. You can even do it from home at the comfort of your home, just to make sure that you get your immune running and about. So now we get into our money market, and then afterwards we'll just take a look at what we have in sports. All I know is that Senegal won the Africa Cup of Nations. But anyways, looking at our money market for today, the United States dollar is buying at 18 kwacha 56 ngwe and selling at 18 kwacha 93 ngwe, and then the British pound is buying at 25 kwacha 20 ngwe and selling at 25 kwacha 69 ngwe, and then the euro is buying at 18 kwacha 89 ngwe and selling at 19 kwacha 26 ngwe, and the South African rand is buying at 1 kwacha 22 ngwe and selling at 1 kwacha 25 ngwe. So that was your money markets. We now get into what we have in sports.
Well, talking about the sports fraternity, one interesting event that took place last week was we were winding down the Africa Cup of Nations, which Senegal won. And I remember having given an analysis pertaining to that to say if there were two countries that had won the Africa Cup before, then there were two countries that were not had not won the tournament before, and we had Egypt on the other side, and Cameroon. These are among the major winners of the tournament. So when Egypt booted out Cameroon, we saw...
We were hopeful that Egypt would actually scoop this one.
Yes, but Senegal also put up a good fight because they had performed extremely well during the group stages. At every stage of the tournament, they performed well. And if you ask me, Precious, they deserved the win. And we saw them winning the cup. So between across the continent, teams that have won the Africa Cup so far are 15 in total. Through and through, we were at 14 teams. And now with Senegal winning, we have added Senegal to the list. That makes it, that makes it, say, 15 teams. And we are going to see how the next continental showpiece is going to pan out. But our hope, Precious, is that this time around we qualify for this tournament. Because
fingers crossed, Soko.
Yes, we can't afford to miss, because I can imagine even you were worrying, say, how am I enjoying this tournament considering that my team is not there? So
Malawi was there, so I was like, since Malawi is almost like...
And your comfort was destroyed when Egypt was booted out.
And I'm like, you know what, we'll try it. I'll pray hard to make sure that the Chipolo Polo actually make it to the Africa Cup of Nations finals and stuff like that. But so far so good. The game was amazing. I managed to watch it from like first up until the penalties. I know Mane is one of like the Senegal players. So yeah.
And what about the other team, which is Egypt? Who is that player?
Wait, I've forgotten that player's name, but I know it. The one with my hair like this.
Don't you think he has a name that is linked to the female folk?
How?
Like Sa something.
Elijah, say something. Even with
like Sa or something.
What?
Like Sa or something.
No, just say the name, Soko.
Salah.
And also, one funny thing during the AFCON, the goalkeeper from Egypt actually had a bottle of the players from Senegal and where they actually kick their penalties from. So people were, I was actually wondering why he kept on looking at his towel. And then afterwards, I think it was after the match was done, that's when there was a picture of the bottle and also the players from Senegal and where they actually kick the penalties from.
So if you ask me, Egypt was no match to Senegal because they were anticipating penalties.
Yes.
And they were ready for penalties, and they knew that we were going to take the chances during the penalty shootout. And if you ask me, Senegal was also going to win that match in the first half because they even had a penalty.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Mane missed that penalty. But I love the confidence that he had because despite missing the penalty inside the pitch during the match, he went ahead to go and take the final spot kick. Which shows confidence, like, you know. Sometimes you just say, "Ish, I missed that penalty. I might miss. So let me not play." But he said, "I'm gonna make it up for what I did." So and he did just that.
He really
did. So for me, I think football is just like in any other profession. You need confidence to do whatever you can because it is what will propel you to the next level. So I think that is a high level of demonstration of confidence. We are going to zooming into the EPL fixtures to just understand what games will be played. The match between Arsenal and Chelsea has been postponed. Won't be played. And today we also have Southampton playing against Manchester United at 14:30 p.m. And we also sorry, that is 2:30 p.m. and in Central African time should be 14 hours. 14:30. Yes. Then we have Watford versus that one will be played at 17 hours. And we also have Crystal Palace and Brentford, and this one will be played at 17 hours. This will be played concurrently. We also have Everton playing Leeds United. Manchester City rather will be playing Norwich City. These are the games that you can watch in the EPL.
They're quite interesting games today. I can see Manchester United and Southampton actually playing today. That one, and then Norwich City versus Manchester City are like my interests for the day.
But which team do you support? Any team in the EPL?
You start asking me to mention a player. Nope. I will just know that I watch soccer sometimes.
But you prefer the Manchesters because you've only given me a hint to say Manchester City is playing. Manchester United is also playing. But I just don't know which one of the Manchester you're going for. Well, just now we're going to zoom in one story, and on the other side we are going to be talking to Dr. Vualika as we discuss issues pertaining to cancer. And this story we are going to look at is a story pertaining the lack of a police post in Chikankata, and there has been concern that crime is an issue, and how do people report matters to the police, considering that there's no one, and this is a matter of serious concern. So we're going to that clip.
Of Malabo Police Post of Chikankata District, which now stands a shell of its former self. A glance at the outside of the building reveals its dilapidated state, as the paint has chipped off, while the inside is much worse, being filled with broken down infrastructure. Upon entering the building, one is first greeted by a stench, which not only comes from the unsanitary police cells, but also from the toilets, as the plumbing system in the building is broken down. Due to its unsanitary condition, health authorities advised that the place be vacated due to potential health hazards, leading to its closure months ago. This, however, has concerned residents who say the lack of a formal police structure in the district is posing as a security concern, as the area records many crimes, chief among which is animal theft.
So twalomba nohulumende kuti amutulanganye kuli jeji oguno 1 kuli ng'ombe kuli baba ng'ombe mbanji 2 kuli madefilers mbanji kuli bajita milandu isiyenisini kululwana kuli mababa lanywa bokoko bantu balalwana balangwa so kuko kubatola iti taxi jilatola mazuba manji kuti bamunyamu nokuno kujiladula kuti bakakusiye kumazavuka kumasera so tulalomba transport oguno kujikankata tatu jisi place ni mpati basirikani mabusu alamana akumana kuti alika kuenda kuzwako kuno kwasika kuna maira kwanga muntu kuzwako kuno kwasika kwa akantu kuzwako kuno kwakusikira kwa pigo musirikani omwe uli palipengede tuyandavyo aba mwamba pe motoka.
In an interview, Area Member of Parliament Ms. Jacqueline Savao says the police post was the only one in the district.
At the moment, we don't have a police. We've closed this. This thing is stinking, it's dirty. There are a lot of things happening in this building, and human beings can't be in this place. So as a government, you have to consider Chikankata people. And we've had challenges as people of Chikankata because of people who steal animals from our community. We don't have where to take these people because this place has been closed.
In adding his voice, Upper Kalea Councillor Mr. Davis Katoa says police from the police post are now operating from a one-roomed and official structure, which is not ideal.
Now they have shifted to here. Now there are problems. We only have 3 staff. We need more staff here. And these staff have no accommodation. If the government can consider to construct staff houses for these officers so that we can have a recognizable police station at Malabo here.
National statistics indicate that an estimated population of 128,000 people occupy Chikankata district, necessitating the need for urgent action from the relevant authorities to safeguard lives and property. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News.
Well, you're still watching Camnet Breakfast, and remember that you can be part of the program. All you're doing is going to our Facebook page and sharing your opinion, or calling us live here in the studio on 0968675273. Now, getting into what was being talked about in the course of the week, we're talking about cancer, different types of cancer, and also their symptoms. So now we'll just do a wind-up of what was happening, and then we'll get to what delays treatment. So joining me on set is actually a Medical Women Association of Zambia, Dr. Cheswa Volika, and then we'll just get into it. Good morning. Thank you for joining me once
Good
again.
morning. Good morning.
So let's quickly just get into one of the symptoms of, we'll talk about 3 cancers that were talked about during the course of the week, which is prostate, breast, and cervical cancer. Let's start with the symptoms of prostate cancer.
All right. So the symptoms of prostate cancer, and remember, prostate cancer affects the male. So some of the symptoms that they will experience is frequency in passing urine. They will notice that they are passing urine much more than normal. Others may notice that the stream of the urine is weaker. It's not as strong as it was in the past. Others may feel that they need to wake up at night and pass urine more frequently than before. Others may also notice blood in the urine, especially when the cancer goes into the late stages. Others may have a pain or will experience burning sensation as they pass urine. Others may also experience a lower abdominal pain or backache. So these are some of the symptoms that a person may have when they have prostate cancer.
Okay, how is that diagnosed?
All right, so there are different tests that can be done. The one test that we know is the rectal exam, where the doctor will, wearing the gloves, they'll be able to feel for the growth and the extent, the size and the extent of the cancer through the rectum. But we can also have a blood test that can be done. And nowadays there's even a very simple test that, just the way we test for malaria, a simple prick, and they'll be able to check certain levels of in the blood, and we'll be able to make a diagnosis from there. But the sure test that can be done is a biopsy, where a small piece of the growth is taken and then it is checked under the microscope in the lab, and they are able to tell what sort of cells are there, and they'll be able to check whether it is a cancerous or not. So blood tests can be done, a rectal exam can be done, biopsy can be done, and also other tests such as ultrasound or CT scan can also be added on to check the extent, the size of that tumor that is there. So these are the various tests that can be done for prostate.
Okay, let's move to the symptoms of breast cancer and how it's diagnosed.
All right. So as we mentioned during the week, we say breast cancer is more common in women. It can be also found in men, but it is very, very rare. So normally a woman will feel a lump, or they'll actually see, a growth in the breast. So a lump in the breast is a common symptom. The women can also experience skin changes in the breast, and these skin changes can be a darkening or reddening of the skin. Others may also experience what we call the orange peel change, where the skin becomes hard and rough and bumpy, just the way the orange peel looks like. Other women will notice that the nipple is pulled in. There'll be a displacement of the nipple because of the changes that are going on in the breast. Others may also experience abnormal discharge in the nipple. It can be milky discharge for a woman who is not breastfeeding, or bloody colored discharge from the nipple. So those are also some of the signs. A woman may also feel pain, just pain in different parts of the breast or the underarm. So these are some of the symptoms, the signs and the symptoms that can be noticed for a woman who's having breast cancer.
Okay, and how is that diagnosed?
All right, so for this one, a physical examination can be done by the nurse or the doctor. Other tests that can be done are mammograph, where it's like an x-ray of the breast. Ultrasound can also be done. But the sure test is getting a piece from that growth or that lump and testing it in the lab to check whether the cells are cancerous or not. So these are the tests that can be done for breast cancer. And of course, The CT scan, the ultrasound will also show the extent, the size, and whether the cancer has spread or not.
Okay, so let's go to the last type of cancer, which is cervical cancer, its symptoms, and also how it is diagnosed.
All right. Some people say cervical,
Yeah,
others say cervical cancer. But we're talking about the cancer of the neck of the womb, which is found only in women. Here, some of the symptoms that a woman will notice are blood spots. That is a blood discharge from the vagina. And this can happen before or after the usual period. Others will notice that their period is taking longer than normal. Others may notice that after sexual intercourse, they bleed. That is because, the part of the cervix is affected, and then the woman may experience bleeding after that. Others may experience just pain during sexual intercourse. And for women who've started menopause, some may experience bleeding after menopause. Okay. Other women will notice an abnormal vaginal discharge, more than usual, foul smell, a different color, so just an abnormal vaginal discharge. Others may also experience lower abdominal pain or backache. These are some of the symptoms that a woman may experience if she has cervical cancer.
Okay, and how is that diagnosed?
So for this one, this is examined at a facility where a nurse or a doctor will use a speculum and the speculum is just an equipment that opens up the vagina so that the nurse or the doctor can see clearly the cervix. And they will apply certain chemicals just to see clearly the lesions or the parts that have been affected. So a visual examination can be done. What we call a pap smear can also be done, where cells, a scraping is done on the cervix, and the scraping that is done or the cells that are collected from there are checked in the lab. So a pap smear or visual inspection can be done. Apart from that, the biopsy, which is again taking a piece from those affected areas, examining them in the lab to check whether the cells are cancerous or not. This will be added with ultrasound or CT scan again to see the extent and whether the cancer has spread or not.
Okay, we know as humans we have a tendency of waiting for a disease or an illness to get worse before we actually go for a checkup. What do you think are some of the reasons why people delay to go for screening or treatment?
That's a very good question, because despite all the awareness that has been done, people are still dying of these diseases which can be prevented. So one of the reasons why people delay is that they are not aware. They do not know about these diseases, and that's why these programs are very, very important, because we need to continuously raise awareness. Sometimes clients also want, not clients, patients. Well, people also want to self-diagnose. There is so much reading up Dr. Google yes, Dr. Google has replaced the nurses and the doctors, and people want to self-diagnose. They will experience a symptom or a sign, and they will want to interpret it in their own way. And that way they delay treatment, because it actually may be serious. Sometimes people are just too busy. They are too busy doing other things, and even when they have the symptoms that we've talked about, they'll keep putting it off because they want to travel here, they want to do that. Others, as you mentioned, especially for women, we want to wait until something gets serious. You are experiencing spotting, you want to wait. No, let me wait until it gets serious. You experience pain, you want to wait until it gets serious. The waiting, unfortunately, is not a good thing, because sometimes the disease may be progressing and getting serious. And then the other reason is some people just feel too embarrassed, because these examinations involve undressing and having somebody check your private parts. But we want to emphasize to the people, the community out there, that we healthcare workers are concerned about your health. What is important is for you to come and get checked, and usually the process doesn't take too long, and this could save your life. Yes, so we want to encourage people to come through, get checked. Other reasons also is lack of resources. Someone might not have the transport money to go to a facility, but it is important that at least for prostate cancer, once a year, the men, especially those above 40, get checked. For breast, we also teach the women to check themselves, but it is important at least once a year to do that. For cervical cancer, once you are examined, you'll be told whether to come every 3 years or once a year. So this is not too much.
It's not complicated.
It's not too complicated.
Okay, can we talk about one of the treatments or the main treatments that are done to actually heal cancer, if some at that stage where they can be healed?
All right. So what happens is that once a person goes to a facility and they are checked, and once the different tests are done, the cancer is staged. And once the cancer is staged, meaning the extent of the cancer is known, then a treatment plan is done. So the treatment plan will be very different from one person to the other because it depends on the extent. So most of the times when a cancer has been diagnosed, surgery is conducted, and what we mean is that that bad part, that cancerous part, may be removed. Through an operation. But on top of that, other treatment is also added on. And this is chemotherapy or radiotherapy. And what this does is to prevent the cancer from spreading to other parts or reducing the size of that cancer. So surgery can be done, and then there's chemotherapy, there's radiotherapy that can also be added. So a treatment plan is made by the doctor depending on the extent of the cancer. And that's the reason why it's always important to come early, because if you come early, the surgery may take the cancer and it may not come back again. But if that cancer has spread, it is very, very difficult to treat that cancer.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Volika.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Hope you have managed to actually catch up on the topic of discussion that were being talked about during the course of the week. We were just doing a summary of everything that was talked about, and also why people delay to go for screening or treatment when it comes to cancer. But all in all, remember that you actually should find time to just pass through one of your health centers that offer such services just to get checked. Well, I was talking to Medical Women Association of Zambia, Dr. Cheswa Volika, and we're just talking about different types of cancer and how they are diagnosed and also their symptoms. For now, we'll just get back on the conversation with Patrick on the other side.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. With Camnet TV app, you only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Camnet Breakfast on not just another channel, Camnet TV. Talking about sports soccer, we forgot to mention that Banyana will be playing Copa Queens. When? Is it today?
Yes.
Today, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, so that will be an interesting encounter.
Yeah, that's highlight of the day. The Copa Queens, the Zambia women national soccer team will actually be playing South African national soccer team, which is the Banyana, as they both actually prepare for the Women Africa Cup of Nation. Which one is facing Namibia and which one is facing... Never mind, yeah, but they're both preparing for their Women's Africa Cup of Nation. The ones that they're playing today is actually a friendly match, just to get them ready. So yeah.
Exactly. Well, just now we're going to zoom in one of the stories, Precious, in the news. That's the issue of scammers. We'll start with the one for Zicta. We'll play these stories back to back, where Zicta will be registering SIM cards that are registered with more than 10 SIM cards on it. So we're going to listen to that story. Then we listen to one of the issues that was trending. There are those people who go online, say, I'm selling this thing, I'm selling what, in actual sense.
When you send them money, they didn't switch off
just swindle you. Yeah, that's kind of arrangement. And justice was meted on one of these scammers, and we had that story. Yes, we had this story in our main news yesterday. So we're going to play these two stories back to back, so that I will get talking on the other side. You too can add your voice regarding this trend that has emerged in terms of online scamming, and how can we combat this cyber crime as a country. We need because we registered our SIM cards, and all of a sudden some people are calling us who have not shared contacts with.
Exactly.
Every time telling you, send money to this other number, send money to this, and people are falling prey to such tricks.
A lot of people, and you know, for me, my worry is that how do they have access to my Airtel Money account? Because in as much as I know, the trick that they were using is that they'll send money to you using an ordinary number, like it's come from Airtel Money, or maybe any other network provider, and then afterwards they call you to say, I made a mistake, I sent you this amount, can you please send it back? So you that has not checked where the message is coming from, usually if others it comes through while you're talking on the phone, and then you, when you check, it will come that you have received. You won't pay attention to who the sender is for that particular message. And then how they manage to get your money is that while you are trying to check how much balance you have, it's like they have your number connected somewhere and they can see you entering your PIN. And then before you know it, after some time, you discover that all the money that was in your account is gone.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's a good thing that one of them was caught, and I feel like there's more that needs to be done. It's not like it has stopped. It's still going on.
There are many, especially on Facebook. Yeah, we do see these scammers, and it's not easy to pounce on them. And most of these people have registered their Facebook accounts in the names of people who are prominent. For example, people masquerading, recently people were masquerading the Vice President, Ms. Ntaina Rumango. Yeah. Madam Inongewina was impersonated for a long period of time. President Lungu, former President Edgar Lungu, now we also have now accounts in the register and say we are going to HDMA, there is these opportunities, do this ABCD. But no, not everyone is aware, or no one is digital. Everyone is digital conscious. Yeah. So people fall prey to these schemes. You say, no, we are recruiting police officers. We are recruiting in the ZNS. Yeah. So just send us your application and send us ABCD. We'll put you on the list. But the next time you realize, or the money you had gotten from Kalova is gone.
Imagine, and you were thinking, well, once I get into the service,
I'll pay it back.
Anyway, let's get into the stories. One for the scammers, and also where ZAMBIA is deregistering if you've got more than 10 SIM cards back to back.
The past 1 year has seen an increase in the number of reports where people have allegedly been scammed through mobile money services or through online money-making schemes. Barely 3 months ago, a group representing 3,000 people reported to the Zambia police that they had been scammed out of a collective amount of 1 million kwacha by an online money-making platform which promised them profit from their investment before deciding to close down the same platform with their investment still in it. The statistics of digital crime have concerned the Zambia Information Communications Technology Authority ZICTA, who say they have begun the process of deactivating more than 10 SIM cards that are registered in one national registration card. Addressing the media Tuesday, ZICTA Acting Director General Engineer Mwenya Mutale says the process, which began on 7th February 2022, will end on 7th March 2022. He asked that the authority is targeting to deregister over 500,000 non-compliant SIM cards in line with statutory instrument number 65 of 2011, which demands that a person should not own more than 10 SIM cards without proper justification.
By March 7, 2022, all unclaimed and generally non-compliant SIM cards will be deactivated. The deactivation will be done after 14 days from the commencement of service suspension. The last stage. After the deactivation period, all subscribers with deactivated numbers will be given a window of 90 days to claim their mobile numbers by visiting nearest service centers with valid identity cards. Once the 90 days grace period is expired, all deactivated numbers will be made available for reassignment as well as reproduction and sale by mobile network operators to members of the general public. The authority wishes to encourage all subscribers to check the status of the SIM card registration by dialing *101# and regularize any anomalies immediately to avoid any inconvenience or losing their numbers.
Meanwhile, ZICTA Director Consumer Protection and Information Management, Mr. Mofia Chisala, has also added his voice.
One of the biggest challenges we have right now is that these thieves who are buying pre-registered SIM cards are also going further to use the SIM cards registered in innocent Zambians to perpetuate crime. So when we are helping the police to find these criminals, we are ending up detaining innocent consumers for days when you are actually supposed to be innocent. So we are saying partner with us. The DG is talking about us partnering with the police and other stakeholders. But I think our greatest partnership is with consumers. Partner with us so that we are able to at least remove you from that sketch.
The authority has further advised citizens not to entertain suspicious messages requesting for money, but report them to the relevant authorities. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Now, I started last year.
After duping people of their money online in order to have a lavish life, 21-year-old Paul Kawewe will have to spend 2 years of his life in a correctional facility reflecting on his action following a 2-year jail sentence that has been slapped on him by the Lusaka's Magistrate Court. Kawewe, a scammer of Lusaka's Mtendere compound, admitted before court Friday morning of obtaining money by false pretenses, contrary to Section 309, and personating, contrary to Section 378 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. In July 2021, he falsely presented himself as a businessman and owner of the company, namely Chanda Brand, an online business operating on Facebook, selling shoes and clothes when in fact not. Facts before court indicate that on the 28th of November 2021, the complainant in this matter came across an advert on Instagram which advertised iPhones for sale. She liked it and got in touch with the convict, who said he was selling at 3,500 kwacha. She was then instructed to send the money via an Airtel number, and upon him giving her a confirmation of having received it, without any hesitation and second thoughts, he blocked her. In his mitigation this morning, he pleaded with the court for lenience, explaining that he is the only child of his parents and takes care of them. However, the court passed a sentence of 2 years imprisonment in both counts, which will run concurrently on account that there is an increase in the number of people being swindled online. According to the police statement, they indicated that they found him in possession of 25 SIM cards. The convict, who was well known on his Facebook page as boss of the Big Boys Club, was nabbed for multiple cyber-related financial crimes for impersonating people on various social media platforms through advertising fake products online. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, there you have it. Interesting stories, Precious, if you ask me. This is the one involving these youths who are trying to cope with a lavish lifestyle.
Life. They want to bamba.
Exactly, and you see what it ended up. The ending was not good.
It was pretty bad, and also the guy had mentioned that he's the only son, he's the only child, and he helps take care of his parents. But then, when you're doing such acts, I feel like when you're getting yourself into certain situations, you know that there are consequences that will follow if all goes to waste.
Exactly.
So it's good that one of them has been caught. I feel like that is like a warning to would-be offenders, offenders and stuff like that. And I also feel like more sensitization needs to be done to the public concerning scammers, especially on social media. I remember we also ran a story some time back where a pastor was almost swindled a lot of money. You see, they are targeting almost everybody. You can be a victim tomorrow.
Yeah. Because I think at this moment in time, I think no one has not received such silly messages from these scammers, and by now we understand. And they should have sophisticated gadgets which they are using to make sure that they track our numbers, they do ABCD. But how safe are we? And think these are issues we need to be taking serious as a country, because at the end of the time we need our privacy, and it's like people are having access to our numbers, and which is not not a good thing to so to say. But going forward, we need to ensure that we strengthen these measures to ensure that we curb cyber crimes, because at the end of the day, if this trend continue, then Zambia may not see the benefits of actually digital technology in the end, because people will be reluctant to actually engage. And at the end of the day, we need to always put in place responsive measures to curtail vices. And we are happy that justice on that issue was meted.
And also the deregistering of SIM cards by Zicta, the 11th SIM card that is registered under your name. There's a what do you call it? An error code? Is it an error code?
It is it is a code which you can use.
That you can use to check how many SIM cards are registered under your name, which is *101#. We just tried it out when that clip was playing. So for you to know how many SIM cards are registered under your NRC, you can actually just dial *101#. That was the code that was given by Zicta. And also, the thing is that there are times where you lose your national registration card, and people actually, when they get it, they use it to register other SIM cards, and that also might be one of the things that the scammers actually, one of the systems that the scammers use so that they get away with it. But one thing I don't understand is how don't they take? They took a picture when you're registering a SIM card, right? I don't understand why it's hard to actually get hold of these scammers.
So the problem again in Zambia is that we haven't digitalized our services. You know, if these analyses will also need to be digitalized. Everything has to be digital, so that when someone just punches your NRC, Precious, all your details, everything pops up. But sometimes these scammers go to the extent of using NRCs for deceased persons. This person died a long time ago, then they just find a way of making sure that so they just make sure to use the same number. You track this person you can never be found anywhere. Precious, they can't be found anywhere, and these are problems that we find ourselves in, and we just have to be ahead. Just now we're going to take a break, and we have an interview on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Camnet TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. With Camnet TV app, you only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
And bananas. Working, waiting, this what you've been praying for. Oh, we testify, we celebrate.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Testify. We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise.
Camnet TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. With Camnet TV app, you only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. Well, you are watching the Camnet Breakfast Saturday edition with me, Patrick Soko. I was with Precious Shakaleji, and we've been discussing various issues pertaining to governance and other issues. And we also had Dr. Varika with cancer screening issues and cancer related illnesses which she was unpacking that we have been discussing throughout the week. And in the studios at the moment, I've been joined by the people from Digital Spark, and we are going to be discussing various issues pertaining to young people and their activity which they will be undertaking. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Interesting. And to start off the conversation, I have in studio the Chief Executive Officer, and that is Zaniwe Asare. I hope I got that one right. Interesting. Well, just tell us a bit about Digital Youth Month. That's what we want to understand, because we understand you had a launch as of yesterday, and want to understand what is this Digital Youth Month all about.
So Digital Youth Month is an initiative that was really brought together by the COVID pandemic.
Okay.
It was a response by young people to use digital technologies to get us to speak, get us to tap into the same opportunities, and get us to break, what this social restriction was not allowing us to do as young people. So effectively, if I were to summarize it, it's a platform where young people can be heard, where young people can interact with civil society, business sector, get ideas, get access to opportunities, but using digital platforms.
Interesting. And just you can equally just share with us your perspective. You are part of the team on Digital Spark, and your role, and especially in this project.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm Ali Kimponela, and I'm a director in the Digital Spark. So like Zani said, Digital Youth Month is quite an exciting event that we put together for the youth in Zambia. Not just in Zambia, but I think this involves the whole of Africa. So it's simply, number one, an event that is put together to celebrate the youth. Number two, it's put together to give the youth an opportunity to showcase their skills and to get opportunities to really develop their skills, as well as to be heard by the corporate world, by the government. So there's so much that youth are doing in this country. There's so much potential, I think, among the young people. And what we're trying to do now is just to give them this platform where they can expose their skills, they can expose themselves, and with the hope that we can get great opportunities for them in the near future. And that, as you may know, will obviously add to the advancement, or rather the development of this nation.
Well, as a new, what overall do you want to achieve in this project? What's the end like?
So if you look at some of the offerings we have, we are looking at issues of mental health, we're looking at issues of digitization, opportunities, issues of upskilling, right? So as Zambians, we know that we've got a large youth population, but the question here is, what are we doing to ensure that we don't leave our young people with kinetic energy? We're using that potential into something. The world around us is digitized. What are we doing to get them involved and to let the young people contribute to the GDP from these new technologies? So for us, it's really saying, let's untap that potential. Let's create a greater Zambia. So our theme this year is the future we want today. The future we want today, meaning what can we do to make that happen today?
Interesting. Well, in case we're just joining us, we have a conversation with our Digital Spark, and we're discussing the Digital Youth Month that will be ahead of us. And just bring us to some of the opportunities that these activities you are undertaking come with. How are young people going to benefit? Have you put up some interventions to ensure that they effectively participate and eventually probably get out something from the project?
Yes, we have. So we have put up competitions, and these competitions are in basically 4 categories. So we have a category that will deal with minors or young people between the ages of 6 and 12. So these will participate in a drawing competition. So they'll be required to draw something. They have to be creative, okay, about the future they want to see, okay? And obviously we're going to draw maybe the best 10 candidates out of that. and the ultimate winner will obviously walk out with the prize.
You don't have specifications about what they need to draw, or probably any sector or anything, just to draw whatever they think?
No, there's nothing specific. Remember, we're talking creativity here. Okay, so we want to leave it to them. Okay, so there's nothing specific. You want to speak to that?
Yeah, so I mean, our theme is the future we want today. So a young person, 6 to 12-year-old, needs to draw what that looks like to them. What do they want to see in the future? What do they want Zambia to look like? What is the best version of the country? And that's effectively it. So we've got the 6 to 12, then we've got the 13 to 18, that's essay writing. The essay would be write about the future that you want today. And then we've got the local content for SMEs. So that would say go into your community as a 19 to 30-year-old, look at the businesses around you and ask yourself, what can I do to help this particular business be seen online, to digitize them? So they just need to write a brief plan of they think they should maybe get an email address for them, or a social media page for them, or optimization, or type of ad, or just something that's digital. And then the last one is a call and contact center. So we know that that's really one of the biggest support services when it comes to digital products and digital services. If you've got a problem, who are you going to call? We don't really have those kind of facilities at that extent in Zambia. So what we're saying is take a video of yourself pretending like you're speaking to a difficult, tough client, and then let's show us how you handle it. So the top 10 there, we would then also select.
But how, in terms of, I'm seeing this other age group, about 19 to 30. What about those who are 31 to 35?
So the last age group,
they're the ones who do the contact
center. Yes, so everybody is covered. So from the ages of 6 to 35, everyone is covered.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
So now,
so you, sorry, if I may add, so you will see that really the way the program is structured, or the way the competitions are structured, like really, we want to see young people come up with innovative ways of, for example, doing business online. So the category she talked about, where you have to create digital content. Okay, so you can pick any business in the compound. You know, it can be somebody selling at a small shop. Okay, so you come up with an idea of how you will help them create this presence online and help them grow their business. So it can be anything. Okay, so yes, we have a theme, the future we want today, but we are not going to limit people. We want people to think and come up with anything creative in line with that theme.
Next month is the time when the Youth Day celebration falls, and I want to understand what sort of activities have you put in place for that?
So what's happening with this particular competition is that we're going to announce the top 10 winners. With this first one that we spoke about, the 6 to 12-year-olds, on the 5th of March, when we do have our top 10, we're going to teach them about blockchain technology and non-fungible tokens. So we know that, you know, as technology is evolving, those are, you know, the talking points that we need to be really getting into. So we're making the 6 to 12-year-olds understand that their art can be translated to non-fungible token-based art. Yesterday, the most expensive non-fungible token was sold for $57 million. Would it not be great to have a young Zambian child saying, hey, I sold my art for $57 million? So those are the kind of progressive things that we're going to do.
Okay. Now we'll talk about blockchain. In Zambia, it's not a common thing, but what is involved around blockchain? Because we see in other countries moving towards that, but in Zambia the conversation is quite slow.
So I mean, if I were to just summarize it, it's a decentralized manner of processing data, or just, I mean, if you look at, for instance, cryptocurrencies, it's a decentralized manner of you know, it's the opposite of fiat currencies that we're currently using. So instead of having the money-based, we're saying that everything is transparent, we've got an open ledger, and everybody is able to see it. And I think, unfortunately, I don't think we've got enough time to get into it. But what we will do is, part of what our program is to break that down. Remember, our age group is between 6 to 35. So the 6 to 18-year-olds already means that we've got parents that will be part of this. So It might not be, you know, like I said, the appropriate time, but my teaser is join us during Youth Month online. We will break down what blockchain technology is. We'll break down cryptocurrencies. We'll break down non-fungible tokens, so that these things are not abstract. These are things that we are actually having conversations about.
Mr. Mpondela, I just want to also understand how you are cooperating with other stakeholders to ensure that these activities are a success.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. So we are working with different stakeholders. These include government. As you know, the New Dawn government is big on youth empowerment and technology as well. So they really embraced this idea, and we are working with them to just see to it that, you know, this event happens and the youth are empowered. We have also other partners that are coming on board from the private sector, okay, to really just support, endorse the program and provide whatever support it is that you know, they can offer. We have TV stations like yourselves, okay, and many other media houses that have come on board also to just support the program. So really, this program is for the youth. Remember, we have Youth Day next month, and it's about the youth. We're celebrating the youth, and we're happy that all these partners have come on board to just support this cause to celebrate the young people.
Interesting. Now, coming to you, Zanyu, I want to understand what are some of the opportunities that come with digital technology, because we see sometimes young people using technology for wrong things, like scamming people, like what we had in the news even last evening, where these young people were scamming people and they ended up in jail. But how can we use technology for positive things, and just your word on that?
Thank you so much for that question. So, for background, by profession, I am an advocate of the High Court in South Africa, and I specialize in data protection and cybersecurity. And I think that question is the most important thing to ask right now with this. What we will be doing is teaching people the implications of those kind of actions. I think we've been working with technologies without understanding what is the flip side when things go wrong. So we want to explain to young people and parents alike, these are the issues of cybersecurity. This is what will get you in trouble. This is what you should look out for to not get in trouble, to not be scammed, and to not be a scammer. So we'll break down, we'll look at the local Data Protection Act, Zambia Data Protection Act, and also the Cybersecurity Act, Cyber Crimes and Cybersecurity Act, and break it down into our programs that we'll be having between the 9th to 12th of March.
Yeah, maybe just to add. And this again event is a great opportunity for us to speak to the young people about the use of the internet, and specifically I'll speak about social media. Okay, we want them to realize that you can use the internet to create business. You can use it for constructive things, you know, and not just bully people. Okay, so we have a whole program where we'll speak to them about data protection laws, like she said, the requirements under the Cybersecurity Act. All those things will be unpacked and really away from it. I mean, them participating in a competition and looking to win a prize, they'll walk away with so much information on how to behave online.
Yeah, as we went down our conversation, I want to also pick on your thoughts regarding the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which Zambia has equally affirmed to or ratified. What opportunities are viable, especially for young people in the digital space?
That's a good question. When it comes to, I think it's about thinking of expansion and being able to not just use Zambian resources for Zambia, but being able to collaborate. Right now, I don't think we can give you the answer. The answer is going to come with actual sitting down and having an open mind mentality. For the longest time, as Africans, we've been consumers of the global north. And this time around, we need to sit down and say, what can we co-create? We've got neighbors with these resources, these things. What can we bring out that's uniquely Zambian and sell out to our borders? Now, from a digital perspective, already that's always been borderless. Now it's about saying, how do we ensure that we can market whatever it is that we're producing locally in Zambia? As a young person, saying I want to sell it at the tip of Africa, I want to sell it in Cape Town, or I want to sell it in Cairo. How do I get there? So for us, the opportunity actually lies in knowledge acquisition, training our young people to use technologies, and ensuring that we create good products, Zambian products.
Interesting. You can equally add to that.
Yeah, well, not much to add, really. Like you said, I think the benefits will be seen in the long run, you know, and we can talk about a lot of things. Okay, we can talk about a lot of things, but there are great opportunities out there, and you know, because we're talking about the digital space, and there's so much that you can do there. Okay, so yeah, I want to add much.
It's about exposure, exposing what you have, and looking for a global market, and now looking for the continental market.
So you have a borderless society now, you know, so you can travel through the internet, and the goodness is that now we even have the laws to support that, because for example, the law in Zambia allows for you to contract using a digital document or an electronic document. Okay, so that already takes away the borders. So you don't necessarily have to go to South Africa to sign a contract with somebody you want to contract with. You know, you can do your transactions online, and the law recognizes that. If there's a dispute, the same weight of evidence that the court will put on a paper document is the same weight that the court will put on an electronic document. So that gives you that safety, you know. So we are ready as Zambia, and I think we have the laws to support that, and we'll see the benefits in the long run.
Interesting. As we come towards the end of our discussion, I just want to take your concluding remarks. We start with Zanyu.
Digital Youth Month is here to open up the pathways for young people to learn, and where we are right now with the digital age is where we were with the gold rush a century ago. Let's use this opportunity to upskill ourselves and to become a better Zambia.
Interesting.
Okay, so Digital Youth Month is here for everybody, the youth. For more details, just follow our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, just look out for those, and you'll be able to get more information. And we want everybody to come on board and really just be part of this project.
Wow, interesting. Well, there you have it. Well, our dear viewers, we've been talking to Digital Spark pertaining to the Digital Youth Month that they are commemorating, and to bring young people across the country to get to participate in various activities that they'll be undertaking as we're gonna commemorate the Youth Day, and a number of activities have been put in place, and we are happy that you could find time to be with us. Just now we're going to take a short break. We'll be back on the other side. Stay tuned.
Camnet TV is becoming big and better. You can now watch Camnet TV wherever you are around the world, simply by downloading the Camnet TV app. With Camnet TV app, you only use less bundles. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
They were not there when God created
have an extra car? Then make yourself extra money. We would like to put that car, yes, that car parked there, to good use to make you extra money on the side just through its service while keeping it safe and secure. Call 0765 02 3883 to register your vehicle with us today. Delpo Services. Service beyond satisfaction.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Well, welcome back. You are still watching the Camnet breakfast, and we've been talking to Digital Spark, and we were talking about the Digital Youth Month, which they'll be commemorating young people so that young people can be educated rather on various issues pertaining to the digital space and helped to utilize it for the betterment of their lives. And we also had a number of interventions during the breakfast, including the discussion pertaining to cancer with Dr. Valika there, or from the Women Medical Association, who helped us discuss various issues pertaining to cancer. Well, just now we are going to say our bye-byes on the breakfast. Until next time when we come back, remember, Camnet TV is not just another channel. Be sure to stay glued for Off the Pitch, as well as we give you the rest of the programming during the day. Stay tuned.